everybody. My name is Vaittinen and I'm from Tampere University, and today I'm going to be talking to you about feminist approaches to international political economy or global political economy. The reason that I am talking about this topic is, of course, because I am a feminist international political economy scholar. My own feminism is maybe located somewhere in the fields of new materialism, post-structuralism. I've worked specifically with themes such as, feminized themes such as care and healthcare. At the moment, I'm studying the global political economy of adult incontinence and so bodily leakages. So my feminist international political economy is not really or mainly about women or men, but it's about femininities and masculinities. And this is largely the approach of this lecture as well. So let's get started. First of all, what is international political economy and global political economy without the prefix of feminism? That really depends on the definition of the terms international or global, political, and economy. It really depends how we understand what the field of the international is, what the field of the political is, and what is the economy. And in feminist IPE and in feminist global political economy, all these realms, so international, global, and political, and economy, are intersectionally gendered. That is feminist IPE, short-lived. So, how do we define the terms global, political, and economy? Well, that really influences what is being researched, how the research is being conducted, and what is considered as relevant for the research. So it really kind of boils down to the question of ontology of global political economy. What do we understand global political economy to be? And in feminist IPE approaches, often, much more often than in other global political economy scholarship, we turn the eye towards the everyday, towards the personal, towards human lives, rather than institutions or depersonalized states, or somehow like non-human actors, so to speak. And then, of course, how we define this ontology of global political economy and it kind of gears our research and epistemology of how can we know this field that we study. And I'm pointing out these things right here in the beginning to kind of make it clear that that it's not simply, often you hear discussions about feminist lenses on this or that question. So it's not really only about lenses. It's about how do we understand the reality to be and how do we study that. And feminist approaches do give a very specific and I would say much more fine-tuned understanding of global political economy, because it helps us to understand economic and political processes from the micro level of the everyday and personal and embodied, all the way up to the global level of transnational networks and global governance, for instance. So, what then does feminism bring to international political economy or global political economy? First of all, the good old feminist slogan, personal is political, personal is international, personal is global. It brings us, when we take this kind of approach to political economy to begin with, and especially international political economy, it does bring us new themes and theories on the table, which actually can steer our foreign policy towards all completely new directions as well, and possibly towards more humane directions, in the sense that when the personal is political, then the IPE is always about human life. But and these days, more and more also about non-human life and the respect of the environment and non-human animals. Right. So what else does feminism bring to international political economy? It brings us new dimensions to study the old themes and theories. So it really doesn't mean that now that we focus on the level of the personal and everyday or bring it in, it doesn't mean that all the old themes would be somehow irrelevant to feminism and feminist international political economy. It means that we bring more fine-tuned, in-depth understanding of these older themes when we bring in the new dimensions and new angles of looking at those themes. And then it really brings a wide variety of new themes, theories, and approaches to international political economy. And the feminist sort of ethical aim there is that it should be a new variety of themes that accommodates difference. Feminism should respect difference beyond all kinds of binaries. And that also requires self-reflection in the themes that we study and in the arguments that we make. And it requires criticism. Right. So feminism says personal is political. That, of course, means that personal is global, international, transnational, because these fields are political. Furthermore, it also means that there is no single truth about what international political economy is or what it should be and how it should look like. Because when personal is political, that means that there is always more than one perspective. There is always more than one perspective to the politics. And that, of course, also means recognition of struggle. It means recognition of power relations, not as a bad thing, but just as a fact of human life. And then it requires us to make sense of those power relations and what they do in economics and in politics and in the entanglements of those two fields. And then it, of course, begs the question, whose personal is of interest. So, Feminist IPE is not just about women in day-to-day politics. It is about gendered power relations more widely. It is about political economic struggles involved in gendered reproduction of those power relations. And this is really something that I would want you to take home when you think about feminist international political economy, that bear in mind that it's not simply about women in political economy. It is about that, but it's not only about that.